Hello, everybody. We're here in the Peabody Hotel again, and with me is Dr. David Erb from Texas. And it's a big state, Dr. Erb. I know you love being in Texas. I love hanging out with you.
D-Town, Dallas.
Dallas. He's in big Dallas. But we spent some time together at a Maximize Living retreat camps. I see you all the time at seminars. You got an amazing wife, and I hear your wife's pregnant. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. So that'll be number 3 for you.
That's
for
right.
Maximize Living.
That's
Babies.
awesome. Yep.
But you know what? I just wanted to, I know you're busy in seminar. We're learning some of the most cutting-edge stuff. One of our speakers yesterday on the nutrition just blew my mind about cholesterol and what that's for and why it's good to have higher cholesterol, especially if you're athletic. And I was just like, wow. And I did some tweets, and I Facebooked it out there, and a lot of people were like, wow, thank God.
I was doing the same thing. I was tweeting that out to my patients.
Yeah, no, it's just like, this is just incredible information of just, if people really got a hold of this and really applied the principles, it would change their life. And, Maximize Living's changed my life, and I met amazing doctors like you. So what are some things you're learning? And really just for the people, that might be watching this or listening, what are some things you're learning this weekend?
I think it's, as much as we're learning, I think this seminar for me, I'm experiencing. I usually come here with my entire team, my family, they're here as well. This weekend I'm by myself, so I'm kind of sitting back and I'm seeing some things. This is an extremely huge, there's Maximize Living doctors all over the world now. And what I'm seeing is now that we're all together, you look at everybody's children with them. You look at, these are drug-free kids. These are vaccine-free kids. These are kids that their health care comes from within. We're just living Maximize Living lives. Just amazing to see. Even people that aren't part of the seminar, they're looking at all the healthy, fit, trim, lean body. Their kids are that way. There's no obese kids. Have you seen one obese kid?
I haven't seen any. No,
there's not
it's
one
amazing.
obese kid.
And Texas is like, I think, 65% obesity.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's terrible.
I just saw that chart.
Just some of the things we've been learning. It's so incredible to see. We just learned some things about spinal correction, which definitely makes us different than any chiropractor on the planet Earth, because we are the top of the line as far as spinal correction goes. They were doing some work with the upper part of the neck, and we learned that last time when we were here. Took that home. We were really working with some kids. We had a kid come in that was he was bow-legged, and he could barely walk. He can't run, and he's only 3. And they're going to put him in a cast for an entire year.
Wow.
Well, guess what? There's that intrinsic power. You start working with it, then the body starts to change. We adjust him for 60 days. I adjusted the upper part of his neck, one part in his mid-back, and then just moved his pelvis a bit. We did that, and in 60 days, his legs are perfectly straight, no braces, nothing. And here's a kid that was going to go to Scottish Rite and be in a body cast for a year.
That's amazing. And I'm sure you see that day in and day out. But one of the things that I've been interviewing a few doctors here. One of the things I've just kind of been on my heart, and I've seen a lot of, and I just got an email from this guy that was like 3 pages long about his wife, the struggles he'd been going through, and his daughter actually works for a chiropractor. She's worked for 3 different ones, been to a Maximize Living office, and she's been on him like, go, 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 go. And he's in California. I don't even know how he found me in Washington, but he was just asking me questions, and I could just feel the loss of hope. Like my wife's going to die with this condition. What am I going to do? So if there was somebody out there who, whether it's them or they have a family member or a coworker, a loved one, or even for heaven forbid, a child or a grandchild or a grandparent, what would you tell them? What would you tell them to do if they they've lost hope and they're just like somebody gave them, like, I don't want to say a death sentence, but they said you're gonna have lived with this for the rest of your life. Yeah. What would you do to just reach out there and just how would you save them?
Listen,
what would you tell them to do?
If you're listening right now, if you're watching right now, I don't care what one person has said. I don't care what a million doctors have said. I don't care what you've tried. And if you're listening and you've tried every nutritional, pharmaceutical, weird noni or weird juice or whatever, there is one thing that's an absolute 100%. Your body is a magnificent self-healer, and you're always better maximizing that healing potential in you than not. And that's why when nobody else can help, that's why that we've now become known as the people that you go see when nobody else can.
Right, last resort.
So, but you know what? There's always hope. I've got a phase 4 liver cancer guy that's doing amazing in my office. Phase 4 hepatitis guy who's turned around. His liver enzymes are normal again. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's toe fungal infection or migraine headaches or cancers or whatever else. The reason that you're going to have hope, if you're listening to this, is because you are always 100% better maximizing that healing potential in you than not. And that's that's absolutely why it is you'll turn it around.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Dr. Erb,
Hey,
taking time to
always
be here
love
from
seeing
Dallas,
you.
man.
Take my
Thank
hugs.
you. Always good to see you. And you can check Dr. Erb out. You're on Facebook. You're on Twitter. You're on the Maximize Living site. So if you know anybody in Dallas, great chiropractor to send your friends and family and loved ones to. So thanks,
brother.
Dr. Erb.
All right, have a
Appreciate
great weekend.
you.